You will be surprised when you see it. Yes, that's true, cancer can be cured. I hope you'll be amazed as I was when I watched the video for the first time. Cancer is one of the most dangerous and deadly diseases today. A lot of families have lost a family member because of this deadly disease. My dad died of cancer when I was 17. That was an extremely painful experience for me, and it had changed my life completely. The worst thing in your life is to look how the cancer eats your closest family members and friends from the inside, and you can't do anything about it. When I saw Dr. Coldwell's video and article, I was so happy and amazed, because I don't want to see people die from this terrible disease and their closest friends and family suffer if they lose one. Cancer can attack anyone. You can never know who will be its next victim. So make sure you watch this video below and start believing that there is hope for all cancer and future cancer patients. The cancer industry is too prosperous to allow a cure for cancer. You've probably heard the term cancer can be treated with the conventional chemotherapy treatments and prescribed medications. But do you actually believe that these medications can cure cancer? I don't. We've spent everything we had to pay for my father's chemotherapy treatments and medications. All these treatments cost a fortune, and didn't help my dad with his disease. They even made it worse. In the last few weeks, my dad suffered from agonizing pains caused by the chemotherapy treatment. Do you know why the cancer industry still offers the chemotherapy and cancer medications to the cancer patients? It's all because of money. Nobody from the medical industry actually cares about the patients. They just care about profit and making money on selling medications that don't work and treat cancer patients with the conventional chemotherapy methods that are killing more good cells than the cancer ones. Have you ever heard about Dr. Leonard Coldwell? Dr. Coldwell's family had some serious cancer problems. All 7 brothers and sisters, from his mother's side, suffered from carcinoma. His dad and his grandma also died from cancer. He saw how his closest family members and friends die from this terrible disease, and he couldn't do anything about it. That's why he dedicated his life in finding an effective cure for cancer. In his career so far, Dr. Coldwell has seen more than 35,000 patients, around 2.2 million partakers in his workshops who write their life stories, and has more than 7 million fans who read his articles and reports. According to some influential people in the medical industry, Dr. Coldwell has one of the leading roles in curing cancer. His website was blocked by the federal government because of his success in curing cancer. Dr. Leonard Coldwell claims that cancer can be cured in most patients without using the conventional chemotherapy treatments or any contact with radiation, but he is not allowed to tell this to anyone. Dr. Coldwell says that's because of the people who make profit from cancer patients, and the law doesn't allow him to do so. The healthcare and the pharmaceutical industry earn millions and millions of dollars through the cancer industry. This situation makes legislators legislate laws that will kill us, or they will make you sick, and the laws that are supposed to protect us will not allow the right treatment for this deadly disease. They will make you sick and make the disease even worse with the poisonous and harsh medical treatments. Dr. Coldwell, the only answer to cancer. Dr. Leonard Coldwell claims that any type of cancer can be cured in 2 to 16 weeks. And there are some types of cancer, if treated with the right treatment, can be healed in few minutes. He says that positivity and hopefulness that really helps in the healing process. First of all, Dr. Coldwell says that we need to eat more vegetables. This type of diet gives the body lots of oxygen. And if we add calcium and other alkalizing foods, we will alkalize our bodies. This is very important for all cancer patients because the progress of cancer stops when the body is alkalized. Other important thing you should know is that our body has to achieve what is called a therapeutic pH level. pH has 14 levels from 0 to 14. The lower values are the acidic region and the higher values are the alkaline region. The median neutral level is pH 7. When the body reaches pH 7, it's alkaline. A level of 7.36 is very good, but when it comes to treatment, a pH of around 7.5 or higher should be present. Dr. Coldwell claims that the intravenous injection of vitamin C is very helpful. 100 cc every day, 3 times a week or less will give more than amazing results. Believe it or not, the cancer disappears in a few days after the vitamin C injection. Other thing you should do is eliminate hypoxia. Dr. Martin, Dr. Coldwell's friend, offers a great solution for this, an oxygen therapy which involves several steps. In this method, blood is taken out, it's enriched with pure oxygen and then re-injected into the body 12 times. When the blood is taken out of the body, it has a shade black color. But with this therapy, the blood that is re-injected has a shade of beautiful pink, like the blood of newborn baby. It's completely fresh. This treatment fills the body with energy. Vitamin C and E, the miracle cures. Dr. Coldwell says that you need to eat foods which have high amount of vitamin C, such as chili peppers, cabbage, broccoli, papaya, strawberries, cauliflower, pineapples, kiwi fruit, oranges and lemons. But vitamin C is not the only vitamin that has healing powers. We can add vitamin E to this category as well. Vitamin E is extremely helpful with blood pressure. When it's treated quickly and effectively in any form, vitamin E has shown that it can produce stunning results. But the best source of vitamin E should be a natural source, and not the artificially produced ones. A study done with artificial produced vitamin E has shown that it was ineffective. Remember, chemicals won't help you with cancer. The nature is the one that brings all these illnesses, and the nature again will come to the rescue. We all know that cancer didn't exist 100 years ago, and there are no reasons to exist now. We have caused this serious problem by ourselves. As we said before, the best and the most effective way to get rid of cancer is to consume fresh organic vegetables and other fresh raw foods. Drink water with sea salt. Other important thing, according to Dr. Coldwell, is to drink 4 liters of water with half teaspoon of sea salt every day, unless you suffer from any type of kidney problem. If you think that excessive amounts of salt can lead to high blood pressure, Dr. Coldwell says not to worry. He says that even though we thought high amounts of salt is bad, the truth is actually the opposite. In fact, salt is essential. Lack of salt can create problems in your blood. Dr. Coldwell says that the electrical signal transmit only if the required amount of salt is present in our body. What kind of salt do you use? The real problem is with the table salt we all consume. The table salt we all consume contains only 1/3 of actual salt. It contains 1/3 of glass and 1/3 of sand. This can cause some serious problems for our bodies. The sand and the glass irritate the blood vessels and they start bleeding. Then cholesterol clogs up to protect the blood vessels. Now you will think that high cholesterol can cause high blood pressure, right? But you are wrong again. This is not true, because you can't die from excessive cholesterol. But you can have some serious problems if you have deficiency in cholesterol. Some people have had cholesterol as high as 60 and haven't had any illness in their life. HDL and LDL are proteins that move cholesterol. To be honest, I have never heard about this before. We all know that there is good and bad cholesterol, or the so-called HDL and LDL cholesterol. But Dr. Coldwell disagrees and says that it's not cholesterol. He says that they are proteins that move cholesterol. Everything we thought we knew about this is completely wrong. But the doctors who say these things can be wrong too. For this we have Dr. Neal's opinion. Dr. Gray Neal says that according to the statistics, the doctors have the shortest lifespan. They live 56 years. They suffer from alcoholism, drug abuse, as well as has the highest rate of suicides. It is higher only with psychiatrists, and yet we go to ask them how to live longer, happier, and healthier life. I believe that you should change your opinion, people. Remember, they are ultimately controlled by the drug companies.
If you like our information, please subscribe and share on social media and help.
Dr. Caldwell, I've seen a couple of your videos in the past, and one of them I thought was interesting. You said every cancer can be cured in 2 to 6 weeks. Can you talk a little bit more about that, and what are some of the ways that that's possible?
In my experience, Every cancer can be cured in 2 to 16 weeks. Some cancers can be cured in minutes because every doctor in the world that's in office for 20 years or longer knows cases of spontaneous healing. There's even a book out called Spontaneous Healing by a guy I really don't like. And just stating that there are cases of spontaneous healing. That means if it's possible, we just have to find a way to access it. That's number one. So we all know about this. It also happens very often when people go to Lourdes or to these religious places, and it's not really the place that cures them, it's the expectation and the way to that place that cures them. The second, you get rid of acidosis and toxemia. The second, the body gets alkaline and oxygen rich. With using a lot of greens like chlorophyll, everything is green, has a lot of chlorophyll, gives the body a lot of oxygen. Getting the body alkaline with good calcium, with good nutrition, with good trace supplements, trace minerals, will help to alkalize the body. So that means the second you are alkaline, the cancer already stops. It can take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, but it stops. You get the body to a healing pH level, which the pH scale goes from 0 to 14, so 7 is neutral, and you need to be slightly alkaline. 7.36 is ideal. But in the healing phase, you should go up to 7.5. It's a little bit over-alkalized, the system. A great friend of mine, Dr. Martin in Germany, is using oxygen more step therapy, for example, where you take the blood out, you get ionized oxygen, and you lead the blood back in. And you do this 12 times, and you have basically new blood like a newborn baby. So you already eliminated the lack of oxygen. You see the blood coming out looks like black. You put the oxygen in, and it becomes pink. And it's like legal doping. You get it, and you feel so energized and so vital. And there are, we know basically with what I used, what my MDs in Europe used, is vitamin C injections, intravenous vitamin C injections, 100 cc's a day, 3 times a week. That's what we used in certain cases more often. And very often, believe it or not, in my personal experience, the tumors or the cancerous growth was basically gone within a couple of days. And because vitamin C is so powerful and one of the greatest healers out there, you can fix nearly every heart problem, cardiovascular problem with vitamin C. You want to take it off the market. So it's basically going to become a prescription medication, and then it's synthetic and will not work anymore, like vitamin E. Vitamin E basically helps you to cure very easy and fast blood pressure problems in any way, shape, or form. That's why they made a study with artificially created vitamin E, chemical created vitamin E. Said, see, it doesn't work. No, of course not. Chemicals don't work. Nature works. If nature creates a problem, nature creates a solution. Very simple and easy. If it didn't exist 100 years ago, you don't need it today. It's very, very simple. And when you want to help somebody to educate themselves, to eliminate his or her own cancer really, really fast, I would basically start instantly with a vegan diet or with a raw food diet. My friend Paul Nissan is one of the greatest raw food chefs. He has fantastic books out there about raw food, so it's accessible for a couple of bucks how to do it. He has free videos all over his website. And I would go instantly on a raw food diet. I would go make sure, if I don't have a very rare kidney disease, to drink a gallon of water a day with half a teaspoon of sea salt in every day, because we need salt for every body function. We need electricity. And this electricity can only be produced with enough salt, basically. So if you have a lack of salt...
See, and we're not supposed to have salt, though, too, especially if we have high blood pressure. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, it's the opposite. The problem is, they are talking about table salt. Very often, table salt is 1/3 glass, 1/3 sand, and 1/3 salt. So the glass or the sand is scratching the arteries, and they start to bleed. So now cholesterol goes there to stop it from, to make you survive, to stop it from bleeding, so that you don't bleed to death internally. So now they say the cholesterol all of a sudden is the cause of the high blood pressure because it narrows the blood ways. And that's completely absurd, because you die of not enough cholesterol. You do not die of too much. There are people with a cholesterol of 600, perfectly healthy, never been sick in their lifetime. So what do you do with a patient in a burn unit? You give them 20 to 25 hard-boiled eggs a day, because they know only cholesterol can rebuild when new healthy cells really, really fast. Nearly 87% of a cell is built from cholesterol. So where does the new cell potential or foundation come from if you have a lack of cholesterol? Everybody should have at least 250 combined cholesterol. And then they tell you LDL and HDL are good in bad cholesterol. It's not even cholesterol. It's a protein. It transports cholesterol. So they are too stupid to even narrow it down the right way. So if you look at the facts, and if you look what they know and what they don't know, you know that Dr. Gary Null stated it, and a lot of other people, the medical profession, the medical doctor statistically has the shortest lifespan at 56 years of age, the highest abuse rate of alcohol and drugs, the highest suicide rate, only the psychiatrist is higher. And so you go to somebody that has the lowest lifespan, highest suicide rate, highest drug abuse rate, to ask them how to have a healthy, happy, long life. I think we should rethink our way of thinking. Some cancers can be cured in minutes, because every doctor